Happy Monday. It's the start of a new vlog. I meant to start us off this morning before work, but we got snow, so instead of starting the vlog, I had to clean off me and Charlotte's car. This morning also didn't go as well as I would have liked it to, so we kind of got started off on the wrong foot today, and it's definitely carried over into tonight. I've just had a bad night, so I'm hoping that I can salvage the night. I have tomorrow off. Tomorrow is going to be a catch-up day for me to catch up with a lot of things that I am behind on already this year, which is really frustrating to me. But if I let myself stay in that like frustrated space, I know I'm not going to be able to move forward, and I'm just going to keep getting backed up. So if tomorrow I just focus on getting caught up with whatever I can get caught up with, then that will potentially put me in a better spot for the rest of this week. I do have a little mini book haul for you today, and then we'll go into what I'm reading. The only book that I bought technically is Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson. This is Barnes & Noble's thriller pick for February. It's February now, it's not January anymore. But essentially we have Poe Webb. She has a podcast that's very popular, and she invites people onto the podcast to tell her the crimes that they've committed anonymously. She doesn't guarantee that the cops aren't going to come after them after they're on the podcast, but it's really popular, and then she forgets about the people and the crimes after recording is over. But then somebody calls in and they say that they killed her mom. The thing is, Poe knows that she already killed her mom's murderer. So who is on the other line? I'm very excited for this. And then the other book that I guess technically did buy because I had a credit was my book of the month, which is Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. One morning he's your husband, by nightfall he's a criminal. I don't know too much about what this one's about. What does it say? It's June 21st, the longest day of the year, and new mother Camilla's life is about to change forever. After months of maternity leave, she will drop her infant daughter off at daycare for the first time and return to her job as a literary agent. Finally, but when she wakes, her husband Luke isn't there, and in his place is a cryptic note. Then it starts. Breaking news. There's a hostage situation developing in London. The police arrive and tell her Luke is involved, but he isn't a hostage. Her husband, doting father, eternal optimist, is the gunman. What she does next is crucial because only she knows what the note he left behind that morning says. Famous Last Words is a story of a crime, a marriage, and more secrets than Camilla could have ever imagined. So that's that. And then my friend Allison brought me God of Malice by Rena Kent. I am intrigued by these, but I didn't want to buy it. So Allison had read it, and so we traded. I traded my old Desperate Measures copy because I not upgraded, but I got the newer release of it, so I gave her the older one that she wanted, and so she brought this in for me. So we'll see. Maybe I'll really like it, and then I will buy the other ones. What is this about? Apparently, I think it's like a Romeo and Juliet type situation, but they're both bad people. I don't know, but I'm intrigued, so she brought it for me, and I'm gonna try and read it. When I will read it, I don't know. And then, last but not least, I did start the only good thing about my day, except for coming home to Max and Charlotte and Chipotle, which Charlotte is going to bring home. I started reading Wild and Wrangled on my Kindle, on my Nook, not my Nook, oh my god, on my Kobo. because I got a arc of it and I am really always in the mood for a cowboy romance. So much so that I'm wearing this sweatshirt again. But I am on chapter 8, page 47, and I am having the best time. So this is the 4th book in the series, and we have our main girl, Cam. She is a supporting character from the other books. She is Gus's baby mama, and she was supposed to get married, but her fiance didn't show up to the wedding. He just left her a note that was like, I can't do this, and didn't show up. And so she has to figure out where she's going to go from here. And Dusty, her high school boyfriend, and they haven't seen each other in a long time, is the one who's like there for her in this moment. And we're gonna get a second chance romance. And I didn't think that second chance romances were gonna be my thing, but I really loved Change of Heart by Bailey Hannah, which was also a second chance romance. And if I loved that one, and this one is written by Lila Sage, I just know I'm gonna love it. So maybe second chance romances, maybe those will start hitting for me. But we'll see. I'm also realizing I have something going on right here. So that's adding to the annoyance. But it is like 7. Maybe a little bit past 7. So I'm gonna read some more and eat dinner and probably binge watch some Criminal Minds. And that sounds like the perfect way to try and salvage my night. And then tomorrow I will get done a lot of things. I have to make a list, but sorry for that super long introduction. Oh my god, I'm just realizing, what if I film this all in S&Q? I'll see you guys later. I have to check that. Hey, it's Tuesday. It's 2:12, so I do have to get ready to go pick up Max from school. I didn't get as much done this morning as I wanted to. I was very, very tired, so I did let my body rest. But we still have all afternoon to get some things done. I did get one major thing done, which was to edit one of the weekly vlogs. I did get that edited. I'm working on uploading it and it will be posted to YouTube today. So that will be good. At least that's one thing that's off my plate. So yeah, I'm gonna go pick up Max, and then when we get home, I'll just keep trucking with some of the other things that I need to get done. I did record for the first time, like I recorded a wrap up for the vlog that I just edited, and I edited that, and I don't think I like the settings that I set up on the camera, so I am gonna go back through and see if I can fix it so that I feel like it looks different. Like, I feel like the video is not as smooth, which is weird because I watched some tutorials and the settings that they gave me were some settings for like some other vloggers, but I don't know if I like those settings, so I'm gonna keep playing with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because maybe I'm just seeing things, you know what I mean? But I've never had a vlog camera like this, like a really nice one, that I've had to fiddle with the settings or felt the need to fiddle with the settings. So I'm kind of learning as I go. So any pointers are welcome. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it and then I'll see you guys in a bit. it's much later. It's like 9:40. Charlotte should be walking in the door like any moment. But I have showered. I've washed my hair. And now I have a bunch of laundry to fold. I probably won't get it all hung up and put away tonight, but at least I can get it like a little bit organized. That's the goal. And I'll probably do that while we watch some Criminal Minds. Midnight is desperate for some treats, so once I do this little update, the princess will get her treats. Right, Midnight? Say hi. So, I am like 40 something percent through Wild and Wrangled, and I'm loving it, but that truly should be no surprise to anyone who has been watching the vlogs, at least since like July, when I fell down this cowboy romance hole with Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. It's so good. So I think I talked a little bit about what it's about, but I'm just loving the development between these characters and how much of a slow burn it is. And I think that's going to be the key for me to enjoy second chance romances, because usually when their relationship fell apart the first time, there was like a reason. And sometimes I feel like if they get back together too soon, it doesn't feel like earned. But with the fact that it's kind of a slow burn, I feel like, and same with Change of Heart, it was kind of a slow burn of them like officially getting back together and deciding like to officially like make it work. I think it's really working. He's had some really cute moments with her child that she has from a previous partner. We've learned more about why her fiance left her at the altar. And that was like a really interesting way to handle it without making him like literally the worst guy ever. Like, could he have handled it a little better? Yeah, probably. But the whole situation as to why they were getting married in the first place, it all makes sense. And it also makes sense, this like weird feeling she has regarding being left at the altar. I'm really intrigued to see how she's going to grow as a character and like come into her own, because she kind of feels like a little bit in Arrested Development, like especially when dealing with her parents, and so I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to be handled. But yeah, I'm just along for the ride and I'm really loving it. I am gonna go get Midnight the princess some treats. Yes, I am. And Charlotte just got home. Hello, my lady.
Hi.
That's my cue. Bye. Hey, it's Wednesday. I'm out of work, shockingly. It's still light out. It's 4:30 almost. And I just wanted to do a quick reading update before I forget. I did start listening to an audiobook today on my way to work. I'm listening to The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. And essentially, this book is the true story of this one of the most prolific art thieves of like all time, Stefan Breitweiser, and it's a narrative nonfiction, so I'm already enjoying it more than I enjoyed last month's nonfiction pick. But essentially, we have Stefan, and he just goes into museums and steals things and brings it home and builds his own collection. Like, he had like billions of dollars worth of art that he stole from museums in his apartment. And it's so intriguing because he says that he is better than other art thieves, and he doesn't like being called an art thief. He calls himself an art liberator because he feels like museums, you don't get to appreciate the art in the way that you should be able to appreciate art. And so he's taking the art and he's freeing the art from the museum so that he can enjoy the art. And like, honestly, I don't agree with him by any means. But like, it is really fascinating how he was able to pull those kind of heists off. Like, this is like insane. And I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. They talk a little bit about the Isabella Stewart Gardner heist in 1990, and he was like, they were just like thugs. They had no skill. He thinks that they're like some of the lowest of the low because they damaged the art in their art thievery. So like, what's the point of stealing the art if you're going to destroy it? You know what I mean? Like, when you can, if you're going to steal art. And he also refused to sell any of the art. So he was like, I might have stolen the art, but I never sold it. I never made a profit off of it. Which, like, yeah, sure, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm really enjoying it. So I'm really looking forward to getting home and reading some more of it on my way home. And then I did pick up 2 books today while I was working. Technically, I got one for Max, a coloring book for Max, and a book for my mom as well. But I only got 2 books for myself. I got myself Deep End by Ali Hazelwood because obviously I needed the newest Ali Hazelwood. And then I did pick up the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. I'm very excited about this one. I did get an ARC on my Kindle, but I just didn't get to the ARC before it came out. So I did purchase the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because I didn't really love the pink of like the standard edition. So I just figured since we only got a few, I just grabbed one of ours. So anyway, yeah, that's my update. And I'm going to go home. I am picking up Charlotte some Chinese. We're going to have Chinese for dinner as some comfort food. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Another late night check-in. It is 10:45 p.m. on Thursday. It was a snowy day today. You can't really see. You can see a little bit of the snow, but I worked this morning. We closed early, so I didn't get home. Well, I technically got home like probably 30 minutes before I would have originally got home. But it was a good thing because the roads were garbage when I was driving. But I did make really good progress in The Art Thief. I'm 129 pages in. I actually have my book to show you. I'm so into this. It's so good. It reads like a suspense thriller, but we already know the ending because we already know Stefan Breitweiser got caught. So we know how it ends, but just everything happening, just like the tension is building because we're getting really close to him getting caught because all thieves must get caught. And it's wild. Just like the audacity of going into these museums in broad daylight and stealing art pieces like right out from underneath guards and in front of other tourists and visitors to the museum. Absolutely wild. But what I'm really liking the most is that it's like this character study on this guy And there's like a lot of therapists that the author spoke to about why he did the things that he did, and some of them disagree with each other, and some of them view him one way and the others view him a different way, and that's like so intriguing to me. I feel like I'll have like a better way to describe my feelings and thoughts like once I finish the book. But this is a really short novel. Like the book is only like just over 200 pages, and the book and the audiobook is less than 6 hours. So if you're looking for like a really fun nonfiction that doesn't feel like nonfiction and isn't like a slog, I would definitely recommend this because it is wild. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And then I've also made some progress tonight on Wild and Wrangled. We're to the kissing parts, and I'm very happy. And funny enough, we're at this kissing parts, and I am 69% of the way through. How funny. That was really immature of me, but I am who I am. I'm really loving Dusty and Cam and their relationship. I really like the snippets that we're getting 15 years ago from when they were high school sweethearts and in love, and then seeing them years later, seeing how Dusty went from being this kind of adventurous, go with the flow kind of guy, always coming and going and just adventuring, to being kind of this steady and consistent part of Cam's life. And the fact that he was always moving around was one of the things that made Cam hesitant to entertain the possibility of them getting back together. But I really love that we can see how steady he is for her. And Cam, I feel so sad because she just has such negative self-talk, and I see that in myself. So I'm seeing myself in her a lot, and I just want her to be happy. And I have a feeling, I don't know if I'll like them more than I like Teddy and Gus, but I am liking them a lot. And I think the clincher for me on how much I love this is going to hinge on why they split in the first place. Because I feel with second chance romances, depending on why they broke up, that could really negatively impact how I feel about them getting back together. You know what I mean? And we don't know what that reason is yet. So I'm a little nervous, but I trust Lila Sage with my life. Also, I wore my Meadowlark, Wyoming sweatshirt today in honor of Cam and Dusty. So lovely. I am going to continue reading. Charlotte is playing Sims. So I'm also going to eat these Haribo gummy bears that Charlotte's parents sent us in our Valentine's Day package. Perfect night. Hey, it is Friday night. It is late. It's like 9 p.m. I worked all day today. I woke up with a horrible sore throat. I'm really hoping it's nothing, because last week I was feeling sick. I do not want to be sick again this weekend. Max wanted to have a sleepover with my parents, so I had to drive him to their house. And then when I was driving home, I decided to stop at a different Barnes & Noble because I've gotten into my head that I'm gonna write a cowboy romance series. Should I write a cowboy romance series? Probably not. I don't really have any like innate understanding or knowledge of cowboys or running a horse ranch. But I think it'd be fun. And so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do a bunch of research, and it's going to be really fun and really enjoyable. And I'm really excited. I've got all these ideas. I have like a basic like plot idea for like each book in the series that I would write. So I got a new notebook, and it's pink. Because it will match my pink, you can't see it, cowboy romance sticker that I got from our friend Abby. And it's also romance, so romance should be pink. And then also I got, for research purposes, I got Kit McBride Gets a Wife by Amy Berry. This is a historical fiction cowboy romance, which is exciting. I haven't read a historical fiction cowboy romance. And then I also got the sequel, Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. Research. Yeah. I do have a reading update for you. I didn't read any more of The Art Thief, so I don't have anything to talk about there, but I did finish Wild and Wrangled. Literally cried last night when I finished it. I can't believe I don't have any more of Done and Dusted, the Rebel Blue Ranch. Also, if you can hear the cat, I'm so sorry. She's being really loud with her mouth. But I finished it last night, and I'm very emotional that I don't have any more Rebel Blue Ranch to read. Truly amazing. Each one 5 stars. And I don't regret that. You're probably wondering, Hannah, how can every single one be a 5-star rating? And just because it is. Just because they are, each one of them. And everything was just so perfect. I loved Cam, I loved Dusty, I loved their relationship. I thought the third act conflict was not super over dramatic or something that would have really ruined it, because sometimes I feel like third act conflicts, you have to get it just right, because otherwise it's kind of like, maybe these characters shouldn't be getting back together. But it was just the right amount of conflict at that moment for these two characters, because I didn't really want there to be a super incredible, intense third act conflict, and it wasn't, and I really appreciated that. And I really, because I think I mentioned that I was a little nervous about what the reason would be for them to have had been split up. And it made perfect sense. And I really appreciated why Cam made the decisions that she made, and also why Dusty made the decisions that he did, and how each of them felt about the separation and how it came about, and the discussions that they had about that, and the discussions they had with other characters about it. It was just so good. 5 stars. I'm so devastated that there's no more. And then I did start a new book. I decided to go with Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson. I am already on page 97. I'm super enjoying it. The chapters are really short, which makes the book really fast to read, and I love that in a thriller. That's what you should want. Like, you shouldn't want to have to put the book down. You should like want to push through it to get to like all the stuff. It's really intense, but I'm really enjoying it. Also, it's set in New Hampshire. Well, it's not set in New Hampshire, but one of the things that that the story revolves around happened in New Hampshire. So that's my hometown. But yeah, that's my update. And I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna write, or I'm gonna try and plan out some stuff. Hello, Midnight. So I will check in with you later. Also, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner because it's 9:13 and I haven't even thought of it. All I've had is goldfish. So I should probably do that. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll check back in later. Bye. Let's see, do I have a voice? Barely. I'm not feeling well. I don't know what's wrong. I also don't even know what I sound like to you. I know what I sound like in my head, but hopefully it's not terrible. But because it's bad, I'm gonna try not to talk that much. I just finished, it's Saturday, around like 12:30. I just finished up this class that I had to take. And now I'm gonna take myself on down to urgent care to get a test to see if it's strep. And if it's strep, then I can get on meds. I am going to keep working on this cowboy romance idea that I had. I did add some stickers. These two were from the Bookish Swifty, or the Snail Mail Club, Swifty Snail Mail Club that I'm part of. This month was Cowboy Like Me. How serendipitous that I got them in the mail yesterday. And then this one, I think I mentioned, is from my friend Abby. And then I am going to try and figure out how to get, can you see it? This guy on, it was like the wax stamp that was put onto the envelope, but I kind of want to put it, I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking, like right there, but I have to figure out how to get it to stick. So I am gonna get myself together and I'm gonna go to urgent care. And then I plan on getting in bed and reading and doing some planning for these cowboy romances. And it's going to be a really fun day, or as fun as it can be when I'm sick. So, look what Charlotte got me yesterday. He's so cute. He needs a name. But it's Sunday, and as you can tell, I'm not feeling better. So this is my newest jelly cat. She got him for me because her dad used to bring her stuffed animals home when she was sick. How cute. I'm obsessed. Hey, it is many days later and I'm just here to do a reading update for you. I read one book and I started and I finished Wild and Wrangled by Layla Sage. I absolutely loved it. I loved Dusty and Cam. I thought they were everything. They were perfect. I do think that there can be something to say about Cam and not having a moment with her parents where she kind of stood up to them, but I don't necessarily feel like that was something that Cam needed. I think Cam got what she needed to make herself happy and to give herself peace, and sometimes not having a moment like that and so full of confrontation, and choosing our own peace instead is what's most important. So I would say that, like, if you read this and we're hoping for something a little bit more, I can understand that, but I didn't necessarily feel that way. And I just felt like the yearning between the two of them, the angst, the healing, the growth between both Dusty and Cam was so beautiful. The relationship that Dusty had with her daughter, incredible, amazing. I loved it. Just 10 out of 10. Was so good. I'm so sad for the Rebel Blue Ranch series to be done, but I'm so excited to read like everything else that Lila Sage comes out with. So that one was obviously a 5-star rating. Would argue 6 stars if I could give 6 stars. Then next we started The Art Thief on audiobook by Michael Finkel. This was really good. I have since finished it and I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this to anyone who really likes art history or who has been wanting to try nonfiction but is a little intimidated with the genre. This reads like a heist novel. It has everything that you would expect from an art heist. The tension of what will happen if they get caught, love, betrayal. It was so fun. My jaw was on the floor practically the whole time. So I would really recommend this one. And then I started another book, which was Tell Me What You Did by Carter Wilson. This was a really fun and engaging thriller that I would also really recommend. I have since finished this, but you'll see that in like the next vlog, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but just know that I would highly recommend and I did really enjoy. That's what we read this week, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye!